Welcome back, everybody. We're going to take some time now to introduce the newest addition to the WMDT Sports Department. He's well known across the Delmarva sports world. It's Anthony Joseph. Anthony, congratulations, and thank you so much for coming on to the sports team.
Well, thank you. Glad to be here, and of course, it's going to be great to be able to cover these student athletes and coaches that I've done for so long.
Yeah, exactly. So before we go any further, tell us about the work that you've done here on Delmarva, because it's pretty extensive over the years.
Yes, of course, I love high school football. I love announcing the games. I've announced more than 100 games on Delmarva. And so I like to do touchdown, and so that's my signature call. But of course, I've had a local sports show. I went and covered the Philadelphia Eagles. That's my favorite team.
Yeah, you covered the Eagles when they were in the Super Bowl.
And so went to the Super Bowl, and that was great. Got to interview some of my favorite players, Lane Johnson,
like Wendell Smallwood, who was from here on Delmarva.
But really Lane Johnson, and of course Fletcher Cox and Nelson Aguilar and all that good stuff, and that was great. It was very chilly. I don't like cold weather.
Oh no, it was way up there in Minneapolis where the Eagles were able to bring home that Super Bowl win.
Yes, that was one of my most memorable moments. And then, of course, I've interviewed Jimmy Johnson. I've interviewed Ross Chastain. I've interviewed a lot of the NASCAR drivers. Love covering local racing. Love Georgetown Speedway, Middle Ford Speedway, Del Mar. And I think on Delmarva, people just love racing in general.
Oh, yeah, definitely. There's a lot of great racing here locally here on Delmarva. What are some of the things that you love about covering high school sports and college sports here on the shore?
I really think it's the student athletes. I think it's the parents. I think it's just meeting those and seeing them, and they're just so appreciative of really recognizing their kids. And I don't think there's a lot of, at the school level where they get the recognition. So they rely on, 47 and you and me, and to be able to promote and highlight these student athletes.
Yeah, very well said, because I feel that all the time whenever we go out to these games as well. And of course, you're a local product through and through. You went to Central High School, you went to Salisbury University, and you stay home and you continue to cover these great schools that you love so much.
And so I've known Sherman Wood for a long time, and so when he sees me, it's a joke between me and him, and he's about the only one can joke about. He says, your hair always looks in place. And so, but he's a great guy. Of course, a big matchup tomorrow. We'll be there. And so it'd be great if he could win a championship. I kind of kid with him, and he says, it's icing on the cake, Anthony. It's icing on the cake. But I have confidence in him that he can bring home a championship this year. But it's great to be able to see these coaches and players and keep these bonds that I've maintained throughout the years.
Yeah, and Anthony, you're going to do a great job covering sports here on Delmarva. Thank you so much for coming aboard the team. You're going to be a great asset for us, and you're going to do great for the sports community out there in the Henlopen and the Bayside. So welcome aboard once again.
Thank you so much, Brandon. Appreciate
All right, he will be on with us more throughout the rest of the year. Coming up, we're going to be moving on to the news portion of DSI now. A settlement has been reached between the federal government and Maryland State Police following a lawsuit over alleged employment discrimination. Plus, we'll have the latest on a liquor ban that's been lifted in Maryland.
This is College Schoolfield, free safety and running back at Delmar High School, and you're watching Delmarva Sports Insider.